Today we're here in Offenburg for the third round of the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup. It's become a pretty traditional course. It's always known as probably one of the funnest courses to ride. It's quite technical. It's got pretty long climbs, nothing too steep though. So generally just a fun track to ride on. And for this week I'm going with the 29er again. Because the course is pretty fast and pretty flowing. The 29er is, it just gives you that better rolling resistance and better forward momentum through the roots and the bumps. So on this course it's really perfect. At the moment it's a little greasy out there, and this morning I went out on the Renegade tires, which is basically our super fast dry weather tire, and amazingly on the 29er it seems that you can get away a lot better with smoother tires in conditions like these than you would on a 26. There's quite a few like steep drops, and obviously that too with the bigger wheel. You just more over the back of the bike, kind of more behind the front wheel. So it just gives you a lot of confidence when the trail gets steep, and with a lot of those steep switchback chutes on this track, so it's really good.
My name is Brandon Sloan. Work for Specialized in the product group, or run the high-end mountain bike group. This week we've been, myself and Rob Shankar there, and Jan Talabasik and I are traveling around Europe, visiting some dealers. Went to the Burry World Cup last weekend to see the DH race, and this weekend here in Offenburg to watch the XC race. We use the rider feedback quite a bit in developing the bikes, whether it's the wheels and tires or frame or geometry or suspension. Suspension is really important, especially for riders like Christoph Sauser. Today's course is pretty tech. Lots of good chunky roots and some good roll-ins and drop-ins. So this suspension bike is definitely an advantage for him. Burry and Todd on the other hand choose 29er hardtail, so the bigger wheel, a lot more stable than a traditional 26-inch hardtail might be. So they have an advantage on the uphills as well as the downhills. It's unfortunate Lena's ill this weekend, so she's not going to be here this weekend in the race. But the guys are having a good year, and really looking forward to today's race.
This course, it's pretty good. It's got a fairly open start, really fast, and then it funnels down into some fast single track. So it's good. It doesn't clog up as much because the single track is so fast. It's not like a standstill. Got here on Wednesday, rode it. It was perfect condition, same as the previous couple years. And then we had a few days of rain Thursday and Friday. Actually, just a little bit yesterday, but the course yesterday, complete mud. We didn't even ride it. Then today we went out there and it's drying up quickly. It's still a little slippery in spots, but I think by tomorrow it's probably going to be perfect condition. There's some berms getting worked in. So I think by tomorrow you're going to see the roots maybe play less of a factor definitely than if we raced today, and for sure compared to previous years when we've raced in the mud it's been treacherous.
Well, right now I wouldn't like to race here. It's like Nutella. We don't get really muddy, but it's like sticks on the tire, and after pedal stroke goes into the air. I think there'll be 2-3 spots where it still stays a bit mucky, but there you're gonna power through, no problem, because you come with speed. It would be a very difficult tire choice today on these conditions. I think I would have gone for the Sauser wind 1.8. The last 2 years when it was dry, I rode ultra light small tire. Fast track 2 years ago, the team one, and last year the Renegade 1.8. It's only 300 grams. But this year I'm gonna go for the 1.9 new Renegade, because that option on this course is even better than the ultra light one. I can ride it lower pressure. It has a little more cushion over the roots, so it falls nicer over it. I have more confidence in the downhill, and yeah, that makes me just slightly a bit faster. was a big fight for third, but Kulavi, he was just so fast last lap. I'm sure he had the fastest lap of all. But yeah, had a good comeback, and it was great to race for something again after the last 2 races. And now I'll be first row again, I hope, the next races. And for me, who's losing 10-15 spots at the start, so I'll be always 10 places ahead, so that's very good.